have gone through the process. You have gone through the initial confusion, not understanding, wondering what's happening to your body, and then gone through it to the point where you've started to see an improvement in your symptoms. Now you're continuing. So it's not so much a repetition for you, so much as it is that you're just ongoing, right? You're just continuing is all that you're doing, and you're continuing it with support. So what I want to know from you is, what are the major things that have shifted for you since the first time we did the program together, since the first time you were in this? What are the major things that have shifted and beyond? And when I say what are the major things that have shifted, because here's what happens. The first time we're very focused on the physical, right? The first time we're very focused on, I want to get rid of the night sweats, or I want to get rid of this extra weight, or I want to get rid of this constant fatigue. And that starts to slowly taper off. It starts to slowly get better. When I ask you what are the shifts, because we've already talked about that in the last program. You've already told me your symptoms that have disappeared and gotten better. When I say what are the shifts now, I want you to think about what are the emotional shifts that have happened to you? What are the mental shifts that have happened to you? What are you seeing in terms of, how are you seeing the new version of yourself? Are you seeing a new version of yourself? And what does that look like? And is it creating any kind of confusion for you, having to being in a sort of a new body, so to speak, that reacts differently to food, that feels different physically, that emotionally you might find yourself more calm, you might find yourself reacting to situations differently? Talk to me about that. If you have obviously a physical concern, let me know also. But now that you've gone through this program and this is your second month of being this way, we want to also elevate the conversation from not just about the physical, but your level of consciousness and your awareness around your body, your awareness around your emotional health. How is that going? Yes? Who would like to go first?
Okay, I can go. May I?
Angie? Maha? No?
Maha,
Is
yes.
my question clear?
Yes, you can't hear me. Can you hear my voice? Hello? Dana?
Unmute yourselves, ladies. If you are trying to speak, please unmute yourself.
Okay.
No feedback? Oh, okay. Any feedback? Do you want to give me any feedback around what's happening with you? Hang on. Something is wrong with what? With you trying to speak?
Yes,
Hello?
yes.
Did you guys hear me this whole time?
I can hear you, but you can't hear me.
Oh,
you cannot hear me.
Okay, so but you heard everything I said. Like, I don't have to go and repeat it.
Yes, don't repeat it.
All right, go ahead. Okay, there we go. That's working now. Go ahead.
Okay. I was looking at this cycle as the cycle of change. I'm changing myself. I'm changing my perception for food.
Yeah.
I'm trying to choose what's good for me, trying to try different things to know what I really like.
Yeah.
But I'm still thinking of rewarding myself by food.
Okay.
I'm still thinking of when am I going to eat shawarma?
Okay.
I'm so happy طبعا for the change. I'm so happy for the symptoms that gone. I'm so happy for my fridge that is always has greens, and my kids are choosing now to eat some of that. And لسه the cycle of change didn't complete. It's not my whole family, me and my husband only.
Yeah.
So بس I'm scared of the danger zone, when you're back, there might be a setback. You told us that it will be a setback, and you will try a different food, and you will you will know the difference, and you will come back to the good food.
Yep. When it
I'm not certain.
comes to, it's not a question of if, it's not a question of if, it's just a question of when. It's going to happen. So it's not like will I have, if you want to call it a setback, it's not a question of will I have a setback, it's when will it happen? And be curious about it. Be curious about what is going to be the thing that makes you make a decision, right? Because we're moving out of the zone where it's you're like helpless and passive around food, right? We're done with that. There's no such thing as being helpless and passive and no willpower and people force you to eat and all of that. Like, we're done with that. Whatever it is, whatever decisions you're making around your food now, moving forward, are you making conscious decisions? So it's not, and it's not, so that's why there's no panic there. There's no worry. You're afraid because you still are for you, it translates into a lack of power, a lack of control, a lack of willpower, right? You feel like, when am I going to have my shawarma is kind of you, maybe a type of failure. You know, that I've been doing this, I've been doing all of this work, I've been working on myself, I've been eating the foods that make me feel real good, and then I'm going to go have a shawarma, and that might, because of maybe lingering diet mentality, or because you understand that it's inflammatory, might translate for you on some level as a failure. So this is why I want you to start, raise your level of consciousness and raise your level of awareness and raise your level of thinking around this, that number one, you're going to choose. Like when you said, when am I going to have a chicken shawarma? You tell me, when do you want to have a chicken shawarma? Totally up to you. It's not going to be because you went out with friends and everybody's eating and you felt pressured. It's not going to be because it's Friday and it's a weekend and I deserve a break. It's only going to be because you have decided, you know what? It's Monday. It's 1:30. I want a shawarma right now. No guilt, no shame, no fear.
Okay.
Okay. So this is where you want to start your thought process to be. I mean, you, for the most part, we're always healing. So we never stop reminding ourselves that we're always healing our bodies every single day. You're always thinking of your future self. So you're always thinking of, how do I want to be? Who am I going to be in 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, inshallah? Like, who is that woman, and how is she functioning, and how is her energy, and how does she show up every day in her life? How does she show up with her family? That's how you want to be. Every single day you're taking steps from that place, because that, to get to that woman who you're going to be in 10, 15 years starts right now. You're already working on her right now. So the conversation has to be elevated after that to, as a woman who in 5, 10, 15 years is energetic and disease-free and symptom-free and enjoying every minute with my family and my husband and my kids, how am I going to intentionally be thinking about my decisions today? Do I go with the flow, and when somebody wants to offer me a shawarma or a piece of cake, I'm going to feel disempowered and I'm just going to feel like, oh, well, I don't have a choice here? Or am I always going to be conscious of my decisions? Because that's going to make you feel more empowered all the time. So
Yes.
right now you're still, it's, I don't want you to, we're not judging your feelings here, right? It's right now to feel that fear, especially when you put in so much work. Feeling that fear is again, believe it or not, your critter brain is trying to work its way in again. Like you've established a habit now, right? And the critter brain doesn't like you to break a habit. So believe it or not, the critter brain is still working with you here, working against you here. Like here, you've established a habit and it's going to try and scare you and it's going to try and throw you off. But you've established a new way of being and a new way of eating and a new way of existing. Like you are in a new version of yourself. The way of thinking of in your older version, where there was maybe fear around food or fear of losing control around food or always worrying that you don't have willpower around food, that was the older version of you. So I want you to think about the new version of you when she's not afraid. She's not afraid because she knows that she's the one who makes the decisions for herself every single day. What does that look like?
Yes, it looks amazing.
Right?
But not 10 years, maybe 5 years. I can't wait that long.
Whatever you know, I mean, already you're a different version of you today than you were 2 months ago, right? Completely. So, but what you want to do is, because we don't actually ever look that far ahead, all of a sudden people will find themselves 55, 60, 65 and ill, really ill, right? I mean, I just have to look at my parents to see the perfect example, right? They did nothing to prepare themselves for old age. They did nothing to bolster their health so that they don't get nothing, right? And the majority of our parents' generation is like that, sadly, because they just didn't have the information. So the reason we want to look to 5 and 10, 15 years, because that's when, if you're going to look at what's, you know, common around you, you're going to see the examples of that. So we do need to have sort of the long-term view, 5, 10, 15 years, and you also have the short-term goals, you know, like my goals for this week, my goals for this month, my goals for the next 6 months, in order to get you to the 5 years and the 10 years.
يا رب إن شاء الله.
Inshallah.
بإذن الله. طيب I get up at 5 ما شاء الله. I'm very happy that I get up at 5 automatically.
Okay.
But I have to work on my motivation. I don't want to يعني I have the power, I have the energy. I don't want to get out of the bed. So I told myself I'll get at 4:30 and I will start صيام. I want to fast. Okay, I have 2 months to make up for, and I really want to do this. But before I had coffee مثلا in the morning, first thing in the morning I had coffee. So
Right.
when Ramadan comes, يعني the first 5 days are disaster. A disaster to get up this one coffee that I have in the morning.
Yeah.
Okay, now that I'm free of this,
Yep.
I will try inshallah. يعني I tried today, but يعني it didn't work. I went to sleep very late. يعني very late for me. It was 11, but very late for me.
Okay.
So couldn't get up at 4:30. So I'll try to do this inshallah tomorrow. And
Okay.
to work on my motivation. يعني.
So when you say you need to work on your motivation to do what? To fast? Or for just
To work on my projects. يعني I have يعني work on my projects بقى. I have time مثلا from 5 till 6:30 to
Okay.
prepare مثلا food for my family كده and the lunch boxes, and يعني I prepare them 6:30 to 7:15.
Okay.
Okay, so from 5 to 6:30 I can يعني do Pilates, do مثلا draw, paint,
Right.
work
Right.
on projects, but I don't have يعني any
Okay.
targets, any.
Right. Okay. So let me just ask you this, no? So because you're talking about two different things. You're saying you want to start fasting and then
Yes.
you also want to do work on these projects. Can you do both of those things together, or are we just looking at focusing on one?
لا it can go together of course. يعني if I had my smoothie at 4:30 I can work out at مثلا 5:15.
Okay. Okay.
It will be يعني or 6 to 6:30.
Right. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so if we're looking at a workout, here's the thing with workouts, regardless of what time you do them, it has to be a workout that you enjoy. It has to be. It has to be a workout that you enjoy. If it's a workout you're doing because somebody said this is a great workout, you should do it. Or because somebody said working out at 5 a.m. is the best time to work out, but it's not going to work. The motivation here has to be the enjoyment, especially with workouts, right? If they're not, and they're not always going to be enjoyable still, regardless. So with workouts, the first thing has to be is the way to get consistent with the workout is it's a workout that you look forward to doing, whatever the activity is. It has to be something you want to do. So whether that's walking, whether that's dancing, whether that's Pilates, like it has to be something you actually enjoy doing, even on the days you don't feel like doing it. And this happens with exercise a lot. There's many days we don't feel like doing it. So think about the reason you might not be motivated is because the workout is boring, potentially. It's maybe you've been doing it for a while and maybe you sort of reached results and your body has stopped responding. So the body actually needs something different. It could be that the workout is just not the right workout for you. Maybe you're not getting any results. Maybe the workout is something you do at home, and maybe you need to change things up a bit in order for you to actually be committed and stay consistent. Maybe you need to move out and go actually to a class potentially. So you need to think about this. Like, what's the thing that's gonna, oh yes, I get to wake up and do this now. Okay. Maybe working out first thing in the morning is not the thing for you.
Maybe.
Maybe, right? Not everybody is built to do a 6 a.m. workout. As much as it's like regarded as one of the best things to do and do it first thing in the morning and get it out of the way, not everybody is physiologically built to jump out of bed and do a workout, which is perfectly fine. Maybe for you, it's doing a workout. Like for me, it's always, my workout is also usually between 9:30 and 10:30. Like, and I've tried and I've pushed myself and it forced myself, the same workout, but do it at 6 a.m. And it is so forced on me that I don't sleep the night before. I panic.
Oh,
I don't sleep the night because I have to wake up at 5:30 to be ready for this workout. Okay, so that means I have to sleep at this time. Okay, so then I go to sleep and then I wake up every hour. How much time do I have left before I wake up to do my workout? It stressed me out. The same workout. So it might be that it's just not the right time for you. So you have this time for yourself. I would think about what is the thing that you have you the most excited to wake up and do during this time for you, not like what health gurus tell you should do at 6 a.m. Not like, what do you want to do when you in this time that you have for yourself? What's going to give you the most pleasure?
this is a good question.
That's what's going to motivate you. Like, what's the thing that's going to give you the most pleasure? Like, I can't wait to get up in the morning in this an hour and a half that I have for myself. I can't wait to wake up and do this. Like, if you could do anything in that hour, what would it be?
Yes, I'll think about this and I'll try.
Yeah.
Yani, I want to discover this.
Yeah,
Yes.
experiment. Like, okay, so experiment with a workout. See how it makes you feel. Experiment with painting or drawing. See how it makes you feel. Experiment with reading. Experiment with watching a documentary. I don't know, maybe watching something you don't have time to watch during the rest of the day. It's your time. Experiment with journaling. Like, there's so many things to do with your morning time. I know, like, the best thing to do is to wake up and be, productive with that time for yourself. But it's kind of limiting also, like, is the only time I have for myself 6 o'clock in the morning. I can also have an hour for myself, by the way, at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, or an hour for myself at 5 p.m. that I can do something for myself. So be more flexible with the way that you see time for yourself. And the whole point of time for yourself, whichever time of day, is that you really enjoy and benefit from that time for yourself.
Yes. And benefit.
All right.
Okay. I have a question about the kitchen scraps. What do you do with them?
Oh.
I have beautiful kitchen scraps.
Actually, my brother just got me something. He hasn't actually brought it to my house yet, but he saw it and he thought of it and he bought it for me, which is basically it creates like fertilizer out of your scraps.
Yes.
And he said it's just a bucket. And super easy instructions. You just fill it up every day. You sprinkle something on it and you close it, and that's it. So when he brings it over, when I try it, I will share it with all of you.
Yes. Thank you so much,
Otherwise, for now, what I do is something you can do to help the garbage collectors is we only throw away our food and kitchen scraps by themselves. So we don't throw them in the regular garbage can. So we have 2 garbage cans in the kitchen. One is for like paper, cardboard, cans, packaging, plastic, blah, 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 blah. And then we have another one that's just for food scraps. So that's one step that you can do to help, because anyway, when they collect your garbage, they have to separate the food from all the other stuff. So at least you can take one step to help the garbage collectors with the recycling that they do.
Yes, I do this.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Inji, your turn.
Yes, hello Dana, how are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm fine, good. Everything is well. Well, I would share later on the group the benefits of joining your program for the second time, because I think this was very beneficial. I was doubting, like, because of the trip cut the first time I was doing the program, and I was really upset about this. And
Yep.
then I thought, okay, when I go back, I will do it in my own time. And then I thought, no, 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 I won't do it like this. It's better to join the program to really push myself and to follow what I started.
Yes.
So this was really very good. And second thing, it's also the first time you learn, you know, like you're not sure, you have so many questions.
Yes.
And then the second time, no, it's more at ease. And then you know what you're doing, you know what you're preparing. It's really much easier the second time.
Of course.
The third thing, I noticed that the first time with the bloating and all that, it was, I had more bloating. It felt more difficult to eat the quantities of the greens. I wasn't sure if I'm getting really, satisfied, or if I would still feel hungry with the veg only.
Yeah.
But then second time, no, I feel very satisfied, although I didn't have any cravings also the first time, and I was satisfied and so on. But this time it feels like natural.
Yes.
There's no problem. It seems natural and it's fine. And then I was really happy I did your program, because as I told you, I was a pescatarian at one point, and I felt I was doing the best on that.
Yep.
And because I was living also abroad. And then when I came back to Cairo and switched everything because of IBS and so on, I couldn't really go back to being a pescatarian. I don't know why, but it was very difficult to go back. And then with your program, no, it made me go back to the way I was eating. And I feel that this program, like only veg and fish, or only veg and minimal protein, fruits, of course, is the best for me. Like eating that way is the best for my health, or it makes me really feel good. I don't know, or my body is processing this in a better way, unlike the usual diet or the usual routine I was following, because I did consider myself healthy. But honestly, after following your program, I feel no, there's so many things I'm learning, and I'm trying to, or after finishing, I will integrate everything what you've taught us with what I want to, like, for the daily lifestyle, or for a lifestyle forever, and not just a temporary program. In terms of symptoms, I must say that the one thing I notice is sweating. So I'm sweating less now than before. I used to have like, although this wasn't me before, also I used to have like no marks on my shirt, and I used to be embarrassed, like, what's this? If I sit for a while in the car or something, it was very like totally new. Now I feel this is it's getting less, although I was also, my trip was in a hot country, so I was skeptic, but I didn't sweat at all during that time.
Amazing.
And yes, during my trip, I managed to keep my morning routine as much as I can, which was good actually. I didn't eat dairy. Only in the airport I had coffee. Like occasionally I had coffee, of course, but all the stuff that I ate back, it was occasionally, not on a regular basis. And I was eating more veg salads, also, of course, chicken, meat, and so on, because lunches and dinners, but still I was trying to integrate everything. So that was good. Coming back, I followed with clean eating. So even during the preparation days and so on, I followed clean eating. And what I'm doing during clean eating now, and I think it's working well, I'm only sticking to veg and fruits and a piece of protein. So I'm not adding nuts, not adding like hummus or all these stuff. I'm not.
What happened to your nuts every day? You're 10.
Yes, actually, my nuts every day, and I had two like staples every day: nuts and dark chocolate.
Yes.
And this also changed. This also totally changed, because I'm not craving them as I used to. Like for like before, I used to be like very stressed at home, or kids, or so on, and I need my nuts right now. You know, like after lunch, I need my dark chocolate right now. Or no, I'm not having this at all now, and I'm happy, because now even if I choose coffee or choose some nuts, or even my chocolate, I'm a chocolate lover. And I will always be, honestly, but it's not a craving. I'm eating it because I really want to eat it and enjoy it, not I have to have it, you know. So it's a totally different feeling. I like that. Um, I'm not worried about the food. I know I can go on with this. Yesterday, I talked to you about we mentioned stress. So this is like something I have in my life, or I'm, yeah, this is a major thing for me. And this is what I'm really want to work on, like stress, high cortisol, because I sometimes feel it on my body. My sleep these days is a total like a new thing. I don't know why, but I have really this insomnia has been going on now for 10 days since I came back, and I didn't have insomnia for so long, and I was really adjusting my sleep, adjusting my caffeine intake. I used to sleep lately about 9:30, 10, wake up at 5, 5:30, no problem, go on with my day. I don't take naps and then sleep. And since I came back, and I don't know, my sleep is a mess. I really don't understand it. And my cycle is delayed. Usually, if it was delayed, I always had a very good like timing with my cycle, no problem whatsoever. And if it was delayed, it's just 1 week maximum. Now I think I passed the week.
Okay.
Yesterday, after we talked, I did the thought model, and it was like thought model / journaling.
Right.
I wrote a lot. Maybe I will share it with you, just that you see how much I wrote. And actually, I did feel better after. I felt calmer after I did the thought model. I felt calmer. Positive thinking, I knew about that since a very long time. I know it's very important, but actually we forget, like in the hype of the day and what's going on and so much to be done, you forget like to say just pause and have a positive thought. You forget. So this was very good. And then at night I decided to be take action. Okay, the like action in action. So I decided to take action. The situation won't change, but I want to help myself. So I decided to do a bath with Epsom salt. So that's why I was asking you today. And I did the Epsom salt. It was amazing. I felt relaxed, or I felt I'm treating or pampering myself, although I'm staying at home. And I was hopeful that I will sleep well, let's say that. And actually, I did also apply magnesium oil, but it did sting because I think it was too much magnesium all of a sudden. And sleeping was slightly better, I would say, but not the best. I was during the night, I felt like sleeping, not sleeping. At 5 o'clock, I did wake up with difficulty, but I thought maybe I can continue my day. So it was fine. But then I went back to bed and woke up later at 9. I'm energetic now, refreshed, feel much better than yesterday. Definitely, sleep is still a problem. Yesterday I had night sweats, but I'm not sure if it's because eating salmon, or if it's because of the cycle, or because of my I don't know how I really feel. Lately, as I told you, during this second time I'm doing the program, at the end of the 9 days, I felt tired. But it could be also not food related. It could be because of the circumstances at home. I don't know. And my son was sick, and thank God he's better today. So I'm not sure if it's related to food, or if it's related with my mental psychological state. And yeah, that's it. Today I'm fine. I'm going on with the program, continuing everything. But I know that I have to work on my I don't have a temper, but I'm a calm person, but I get to be very easily agitated or triggered, I must say. And when anything not going really the way it should go, I'm overwhelmed, or as I told you yesterday, stressed. And then this becomes like a major thing every day, or like a major thought in my mind. So thought model did help actually on that part. So yeah, I think that's it. I've been talking too much now, sorry.
No, take your time. Okay, I have a few comments on that, but what I want you to start to think about is, again, your future self in 5 years, in 10 years. How do you see her? Do you still see her being easily triggered, like what you mentioned? Like, think about what are the circumstances that trigger you? We can't change them, but these triggers, whatever they are there to, they're your teachers, right? They're showing you something about yourself that needs your attention. They're showing you something, like usually when we're irritated about something or somebody irritates us, it's because they're putting a mirror up to some kind of
they're like a reflection of
yeah,
I understand.
right.
Yes.
So
Yes.
I mean, we have the little nitty-gritty here to look at in terms of your sleep patterns and habits, but the overall picture here is, how are you, now that you're raising your level of awareness and consciousness, how are you going to use those triggers instead of maybe now you sort of lash out, or maybe you get angry quickly, or you get irritated quickly? How are you going to use those triggers for your benefit, for your own growth, for your own evolution? All right, this is the most important thing here. The sleep is easy to figure out. For your sleep, as long as you go back to sleep in the morning, you're not going to help yourself the next night. So you woke up at 5 a.m. The solution so that you can have a deeper night's sleep tonight would have been for you to stay awake.
Yes, I knew. Actually, I knew that. And I did contemplate on it this morning. And then I thought it's going to be a long day. I know. So I don't want to be tired in the evening. So that's
you're going to have one day where you're going to feel tired, right? Yes. Let's say tomorrow you wake up at 5 and you feel tired and you feel the temptation to go back to bed. You're going to force yourself to stay awake. If that means, if the easiest way for you to stay awake is to stay up and like watch a show, I don't know. Like if that's the easiest thing, like just maybe stay in bed and put Netflix on your laptop or on your TV. Like if that's just going to keep you awake, then do it. Okay. You might have to do that for a couple of days and you're going to feel a little bit tired because there's a deficit in sleep. That's okay. But then you're going to continue with your Epsom salt bath at night. Put the magnesium oil spray only on the bottoms of your feet at night. Like I don't know where you were putting it, where you felt the tingling. Just put it on the bottoms of your feet.
I did put it on my shoulders and on my feet, but I put it on my shoulders because I always have like tense shoulders or tense muscles in that area. And I get I get back pains. So that's why I did put it. Actually.
Then that's fine. Then do that. Don't let the tingling like deter you. It's not that you put too much. It's that
it didn't last. Actually, it's just for a while and it didn't last.
Yeah. It's something that can be reapplied. Magnesium is a very, very safe mineral to ingest, whether it's a supplement or a spray or Epsom salt. You know that you've taken too much if you suddenly end up with diarrhea, right? Because it just loosens everything. So if that helps, definitely apply it on your shoulders, bottoms of your feet. But because it's something that takes time to build up that supply of magnesium in your body to the level where you can continue regularly, consistently sleep and be stress-free, that's going to take at least a month to 2 months. And your stress levels are directly also affected by your magnesium levels. So when you don't have enough magnesium, your body and mind have a harder time dealing with stress. When you have a lot of stress, this also depletes magnesium levels in your body. So it's kind of this vicious cycle. So we have to make sure we're attacking it on all fronts. So you are
actually I was taking magnesium supplements, and then since we started the first time, I stopped the supplements until now. So do you think that has also an effect or not?
Potentially, right? So again, you also have to look at the type of supplements. So sometimes it's a magnesium supplement, a vitamin D3 supplement, whatever it is, but it could be filled with other additives and fillers.
Yes, I can share with you the one I'm taking, but I know that all the commercial ones are anyway not so good. So
yeah. So that's one thing. So we want to work on you sort of cognitively understanding the triggers and processing the triggers so that you grow through your triggers. And then at the same time, physiologically, you're eating the right foods and you're adding in the right supplements. All of that is going to help manage your stress little by little by little. This is going to help you sleep better.
Yes, because also I get during the night, I get the stomach pains I told you about yesterday, like on the sides of my tummy. And I wake up a lot also at 2:33 p.m. 3 a.m. I mean, even the good days when I used to sleep well before
Yeah.
I traveled. I used to wake up at that time sometimes, and I used to wake up sometimes with this pain to the extent I had to go and drink some apple cider vinegar. At that time, I was, now I understand that we
Yeah.
shouldn't do this.
Yeah.
But I was having some apple cider vinegar to aid the digestion and make me calmer and sleep again. So it was really uncomfortable. I'm not getting this. I got this during the 9 days now, like
Okay.
once or twice maybe. But I get this also during the night, and I was diagnosed with IBS at one point, so I know it could be related to that. I don't know.
Is the pain just like localized, like right here under your right rib?
On the sides, on the level of my waist, on
Both
both sides.
sides? Okay,
Yes.
that's your kidneys. If it's both
Okay.
sides, that's your kidneys, and they're working hard to filter also at night. Are you taking your lemon balm tea in the evening?
Yes, lemon balm tea definitely every day, like every day at night, like twice. I love it, so I drink it more often. So in the evening, like twice, sometimes once during the day. But what I'm not having during in the evening is the lemon water. I
Okay.
don't know. I find it heavy for the evening. I don't know. Didn't like it. I couldn't follow like every evening with the lemon water. If it's very important, I will try again. And also, I feel it's like so many liquids. I spend the night in the bathroom.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
that's another
Um,
thing.
are you taking the hibiscus?
No, usually I didn't like the taste of it. So that's why I asked you also about the benefits. I bought it, everything, but I can try again, but
Okay.
I didn't
Try
drink it because
again.
I didn't like it.
Yeah, you can add a little bit of honey to it to help with the
Yeah.
taste. That's not a problem. And the honey will also help to calm you down, to help sleep. It'll also help with that.
Okay.
But I really, the thing to do now is to not offset your sleep by sleeping in the daytime.
Yes, I have to wake up one day very early as I used to, and then keep it
Just
up.
power through it. Literally just power through it to break the cycle.
Yes, I will. I will try that then, and then we'll see. I will tell you. The other question I have, I will share a photo with you on Instagram later. But
Okay.
I used to get on still sometimes, occasionally, on my legs like blue bruises or patches,
Mm,
and they're like at the beginning I thought I bumped myself into something.
yeah.
But then when I looked closer and really thought about it, I didn't bump myself into anything. I
Yeah.
got this patch. It looks different, and the color is different than having a bump. And it's the size also is not like having a bump and a big part of your leg or body is blue. It's only like a circle, somehow circle, oval, something like this.
Yeah.
And then they disappear.
Yep.
And when I looked it up, it said it's something to do with the liver. I'm not sure if correct me
This
if
is the
I'm wrong.
key. Yeah. So
Uh,
bruising that appears like this, and it correlates exactly with all the rest of your symptoms and the kidney pain
yes,
that you're getting.
yes, yes,
Bruising, where it seems like I didn't really bump myself anywhere, like I don't recall, and you suddenly have this big blue patch somewhere. This is a sign of the kidneys, the adrenals, right? The adrenals are the ones that pump cortisol in response to stress. So
yes,
basically, your whole stress relieving system is being overworked.
yeah. Okay,
The
related to
kidney,
the kidney because I remember also the first time I did the program, I had the back pain, okay, the lower back pain,
yeah,
and someone mentioned it's the kidney and so on,
yeah,
and you told us also that, and then all of a sudden, like this pain stayed, and I have a disc and so on, so I thought it's my back pain.
yeah.
It stayed for a few days and then it disappeared.
Okay.
This pain. So now it's all making sense. The more I tell you what I'm
Yes.
really thinking about or what's happening, it's all making sense that it's the kidney.
It's the kidneys.
So
So
yeah,
here's what we need to add for you. All the dark colored fruits and veggies are really important for the kidney. So dates,
yeah.
purple grapes, pomegranate,
Grapes. I love the purple grapes. Yes. Yeah.
plums, what else is purple colored? You know, we don't find them easily, but the blueberries, all of these
What
are
about beetroot?
beetroot, all
Yeah.
of that, really important for your kidney. So if you want to add in a juice, one juice per day, you can do a mix. It can either be, sorry, stupid fly. It can either be pure purple grape juice a day. Okay, you can do a mix of grape and beetroot and pomegranate. Dates, like just eat a lot of dates. These are
I love them. I eat them all the time.
Yeah,
You gave
keep
me
doing
an
that.
idea.
Yeah, bring in, especially now, this is like, you know, it's plum season, it's pomegranate season, like make use of those vegetables. Eggplant, what else is
I
purple?
love those too.
Yeah.
I eat eggplants almost every day. I love them.
Perfect. See, it like you're even like gravitating towards the things that your kidney wants. What else that's purple? Can't think right now. Like anything dark purple, dark pink, red.
I'm eating also the purple cabbage. I'm adding
Purple
it to the
cabbage,
salad.
yes, perfect. You can even juice that. Juicing the cabbage is also something that if you have a really good juicer, you can juice cabbage with pomegranate, juice the cabbage with grapes, and have one serving of that as a juice per day.
So the kidney is suffering because of my stress, or because of that mainly is psychological. The psychological effect and mental effect is because of that. Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
it's all feeding into each other. I mean, we're also looking right at stress induced by all the foods that you used to be eating before 2 months ago, right? So like all of that is still there. Like your body's still, it's not done. Your body's
Flushing it out. Yes, of course.
right.
Yes.
So it's that's why we say that the mind and the body always connected. You can't separate the two. But now that you are understanding the foods and you've removed all the inflammatory foods, where the focus then has to be now is, you know, getting yourself to a place of calm so that your body doesn't, your adrenals don't feel like they constantly have to pump cortisol to help you deal with a trigger, right? Because you're going
I must admit that the first time I did the program, I felt calmer. At the end of the 9 days, I felt calmer.
Yes.
This time, I don't know why, but maybe it's because of the circumstances, but I felt less agitated the first time while doing the program. Like the first time I really followed 13 days and then I traveled. So, but during that time, I felt really like, I don't know, more in peace. This is more,
yeah. No, that happens. And then also the fact that you went on a trip that threw you off, like anytime we go on a trip, right, that throws us off our normal, our daily routine. Like it throws your body off the timing that it's used to, the surroundings that it's used to, right? So it does take time. I don't think you weren't too far, you weren't jet lagged, like you weren't on another time zone. Were you?
No, actually not, but it was a long trip because I went to Freetown and it's Sierra Leone in Africa.
Okay.
So that's very unusual. It was a very unusual place to be in, actually.
Okay.
And then
So
it was, it was a long flight because
Long
it's a
flight.
connection flight and very long flight. Yeah.
Right. So that's like that is stress on the body, right? A long flight is something, it's something you have to factor in, and it's something that takes time for your body to overcome. So you went there and then you came back, plus whatever it is you were doing there, like work-wise. So be kind to yourself, and that there's going to be a readjustment for your body, which is perfect.
Okay. Yes. Okay. Thank you. It's a revelation for me, honestly, about the symptoms and all that today, and the mystery of the blue patch.
Yeah, not a mystery. It's not a mystery anymore. It's all connected. Yeah.
Yes. Thank you so much, Dana. Really, thank you so much. I'm really grateful.
Thank you. I'm so happy that, you know, all of you ladies, you know, everybody in this program, whether they've done it once or now you're doing it through again, it's like you are giving, like, thank yourselves every single day. Thank yourselves for doing this for yourselves and really prioritizing yourself and giving yourself the gift of health, which is, I mean, ask somebody who's not healthy what their one wish is, and it's to be healthy, right? So it's the biggest, most incredible thing that you can ever gift yourself. Anything else, ladies? Any other questions or comments that you'd like to share with me today? All right. I will share this recording also on the group so you can have the replay. And let me know if you have any follow-ups to anything we talked about today. Maha, if as you're figuring out what you want to be doing in the morning, Inji, as you said you wanted to share something with me from your thought model, so please be sure to do that. And I will see you both again on our group call tomorrow. Thank you, ladies.
Thank you, Dana. Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye.